Hello, Lando here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to be a professional stalker in Heart of Chernobyl to help you stop dying and navigate where you're addicted to energy drinks, jellified meat, with a sight of pain and suffering, having to overcome a few things like getting shot, punched, and having your brain being assaulted by a Lord of the Rings orc wearing some Valentino jeans, deciding to chill with some fellow stalkers, contemplating on your next move when you hear a strange noise, to those same stalkers blocking the door to a safe house, preventing you from seeking refuge from a horde of hungry rats. Taking a nice stroll through the park, 2 minutes later, your skin is melting off. Finding a bandit that is sad because his bro is dead. Go ahead and help him out. Welcome to the zone. By the end of this video, you will be a better stalker. As for Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, that's up to you, where the first thing you face in this game is a bloodsucker trying to turn you into fertilizer. You're in the hobo stage of the game, where everything and anything will tear you apart, so we need to devise a game plan to take on these invisible octopuses looking mother. Like a good stalker, lure it into a small cramped area and waste every bullet that you possibly have. What did you win? Nothing. They don't drop anything but the greatest gift of all, not dying. Like all stalker games, it has a great premise of throwing you into the thick of it and hoping you could figure it out. All you know is the game is riddled with bugs and anomalies, and you're not sure what the difference is, like this floating bucket. Wondering, is that a bug or a feature? And now you have internal bleeding. Was responsible for random flying debris with the intent to kill. A goatnik was spotted nearby that conjured up a vape cloud. Same as the bloodsucker. Go ahead and unload every bullet you have into it. What we have left is Cillian Murphy if he took an artifact and put it in his front pocket, as the zone is riddled with anomalies that sometimes harbor artifacts. If you find one, put it in your front pocket. Congratulations, you're going to die, because these artifacts are extremely radioactive. There are a few ways not to feel its lethal effects. One, being near it, and two, putting it in your backpack. That's right, having radioactive artifacts bouncing around your backpack is 100% safe, but putting it in your front pocket is a surefire way to end up like this thing. Most likely, the first artifact you get in the game aren't worth putting in your pocket, until you get one that gives you radioactive protection. You get these later on, only then you can put one that's trying to kill you. Also, having an artifact that gives you physical damage reduction is quite neat. Because being in firefights is rather common in the zone, you're bound to catch a few in the old meat sack. Having your gear not be ruined by some glowing dirt is a plus. If you're hunting an artifact in an anomaly field and you don't think you can avoid damage, get naked. Your gear won't get damaged. Take out your endless supply of bullets and trigger those anomalies and start running. Here's my ranking on the most important artifact effects that should be in your pocket from best to least. Radiation. Less skin melting. Endurance. Trust me, you're going to need a lot of this. Bleeding, so I can stop wrapping myself like a mummy after every enemy encounter. Weight, to help with your hoarding addiction. Everything else is based on situation. I'm not going to go over every anomaly you're going to find, but some can take you across the map, while most you can avoid with a bolt and the will to live. This glass shit you can just crouch right on through and not take any damage, using keybinds on applying morphine and bandages instead of going to your backpack and doing it there. I know I shouldn't have to tell you that, but I know some of you click on the ability to level up in League of Legends instead of using your keyboard. Stop doing that. But starting out, it's okay as we're trying to get the hang of things, as winning a... What's that noise? Using the environment to our advantage, like this cave that's filled with fire anomalies. Bandits can't get to us as they're afraid of getting 4th degree burns. They'll take their chances outside as it's safe. Oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Humans, however, don't care about anything but getting a bite to eat and blindly run at you wherever you're at, saving you some bullets as they turn into a George Hamilton spirit animal, a rotisserie chicken. You probably won't spend your time hiding in caves, as you'll be out and about exploring the land with hazards at every turn. Just be careful, as the hazards tend to find you before you find it. These angry meatballs are pretty easy to take out. The best way to take on these guys is to kite backwards and lay into them. Being a stalker is about the survival of the fittest. Sometimes we have to do things that may seem immoral, but I'm hungry and I gotta eat. Hello, fellow stalker, enjoying the nightly rain I see with binoculars, keeping an eye out for trouble. I like that. Well, good luck to you. Man, he sure knows a thing or two how to stay alive. We could all learn something here, like being on your guard. Wait, is that a dog?
Hey, there's a dog.
Guys, get ready, a pack of wild... Oh, what happened to this guy? Never mind that. Here's a tip of the day. You can turn on the flashlight with the middle mouse button. But get ready, the dogs are coming. Oh, that's not a dog. Bloodfuckers are a testament if you have enough heals on you, because you're going to get hit. Unless you have a shotgun. Makes light work of them. See how easy this thing died? Stalker gives you the feel of looking but no touchy, no indication if something is dangerous or not, so proceed with caution everywhere you go, or else you can find yourself getting sucked in and dying a horrible death. All that will be left is your PDA saying, Noob Stalker, died from bubble. Could be worse, it could say you died from a foot drop, but that doesn't happen. It's definitely a small drop. I don't remember the last time I saved. Now my game is broken. Your best friend in this game is the F5 key. Hit it like a Russian CSGO player hitting his keyboard who is losing. Finally, the weather cleared up and we could get back on our travels. Hello, young entrepreneur. How are you doing on this beautiful day? I see you're not friendly. In the settings, I turned off mostly everything to really feel part of the zone. With the compass on, you get a real sense of direction, or just be like me, whip out the PDA every 10 seconds to make sure you're going the correct way. But knowing where I'm going ain't a problem. It's that I pick up everything I find in this game, because I might need it later, or I can sell it to make some easy cash. If dropping your 70 pounds worth of meds ain't an option, then I have a solution for you with this info commercial. Hey, you non-stop energy drinking vodka pissing machine, check it out. I'm Big Landini Little Weenie. If you're like me and pick up everything you possibly see and end up weighing heavier than your ex-stepmom, then get yourself a dead guy. That's right, with one hard artery bullet to the bandit's cranium, you got yourself a mule, stalker. Put all your shit into it. Broken guns, ammo you think you need, but don't. Drugs, a lot of drugs. You can throw your meal anywhere. If it's thirsty, throw it in the water. Got cold from the water, throw it in the fire. Throw it away after it gets a little smelly and get a new one. Nice work. You just got the freedom to move around slightly faster. Now get out there, stalker, and pick up every piece of loot that your heart desires. Refresh, soul separate. Don't contact line of contact God, or some sort of intentions. Stop if you have trouble with mule, fame, last words from Gorak the Cock. Skill issue. Where did I leave my mule? Oh, a fellow stalker needs my help. Hold on, I'm coming. Mutants are a big part of the zone that you'll be fighting or screaming in terror and dying painfully. Most of them are easy to deal with. Special treatment of something called a shotgun. Other mutants like gas mask wearing fiends called furries. They move in packs and jump your shit, but all you have to do is just get to high ground and you will be alright. Kitty cats, these furry bastards mimic the sound of stalkers needing help seducing you in. Naruto doggies, get ready to spend a lot of ammo finding the correct one as it spawns a shit ton of clones. Controllers, these wife-beater hill-of-eyes looking things will walk around like they just crapped themselves. They will have zombies protecting them while it waddles around, then turn to you, catching the kiss you just blew it, in the process of turning you into a zombie, aka a Ukrainian succubus. The zombies aren't really a problem, they are easy to deal with. Is that your brain is turning into liquid, which personally is not ideal. The constant psych damage you're receiving will make you lose your mind, where you're seeing enemies that aren't actually there. But they sure feel real when they lay a few rounds into your new suit that you just got off a dead guy. Depending on the area, you could be hit with psych damage, either pop an oversized Alka-Seltzer or run like hell and hope your schizophrenia doesn't catch up to you. If neither is an option, like any other Slavic, you can get rid of radiation and psychological damage with some unknown substance of your uncle's medicine who's not invited to family gatherings. A sip of vodka. With these controllers that are mind-fucking you, but now they can't because you're already zoinked out of your melon. Go ahead and get real close and blow its back out. We already know about vape clouds, what about this level 10 Gyat Rizzler? Emperor Palpatine's midget cousin looking sack of shit. He'll use the force to take your gun or a gun off the ground and start shooting away at you as if he has aimbot in a Call of Duty match. But none of these come close to the two big thicky ickies that I have no idea how you're supposed to fight them without cheesing them or running away in fear. One is fast and stupid strong, the Chimera. Sure, you could get in a spot and waste every bullet you have, and on top of the repair cost of fixing your gun after it's in shambles of wasting every bullet you had. It may be a boring way to play, but I digress. If I'm using the strongest sniper in the game and shooting a point blank, drawing smiley faces into its skin, and it's just standing there wiggling its tail, as if it's a minor inconvenience, then it just might be slightly overtuned. So I'll stick to playing like a bitch. S.T.A.L.K.E.R ain't really a scary game by design. It very well can be, but it's kinda lets you know something is going to happen. There's this bloody door with a monster making some questionable noises, so I wasn't going to get easily scared. However, there's a time that I felt genuine fear. Doing the usual, putting bullets in bandits' heads, having a great time clearing out their little base they had going on, pillaging all their loot. When I was about to leave, an emission storm started to take place. No problem, I huddled near this corner waiting for it to end, when I heard a strange noise. I have nowhere to go. Either I take my chances going toe-to-toe with the strongest mutant in the game, or I try to survive outside where my skin will melt off in mere seconds, even though I'm next to the window. This lovely thing never came through the door. It left as soon as the emission storm was over, and I left shortly after, but not before leaving my crap-filled pants behind. Running away is a big part of the game. If you're not progressing or something is too tough, just put on your Skechers and get running. Humans will always be a problem, but they're quite easy to take out. This stalker thinks he's so smart, but be trapping the place up close. It's quite obvious to see them set up everything. I guess be careful where you go, or else you can end up in an anomaly that will flashbang you until you're blind and dead. My favorite gun in the game is the Vector. This thing slaps anything up close. I mean, look at this thing. Oh, I'm getting mind fucked. Hold on. As I was saying, the Vector feels really good. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 isn't surviving the zone. That part gets pretty easy after the hobo stage. It's all about finding attachments for your favorite guns. What to do when you're on your own transitioning from the hobo stage? You could venture out and see what the zone has to offer, like meeting new people. Or follow the main quest. I'm going to be honest, this is the best route. Not only you will keep getting better gear, but it's dumb daddy long. Of course, only stop to explore to find stashes or do side quests. Some side missions like fighting in the arena to make a name for yourself. After an easy mopping, I get hit with a new mechanic, drowsiness. I have been awake killing countless of mutants and humans, yet I have never been drowsy. I killed one guy in the arena, now I'm tired. I mean, it could have been the 567 energy drinks I've taken within 8 days throughout my time in the zone, but now I need some shut-eye? I don't think so. Usually spending my hard-earned money on upgrading weapons rather than armor. But you're Skiff, it doesn't matter. Let me tell you about my man Skiff here. He's sort of a mystery. The game doesn't go in depth in his history, but shows you what he's capable of. Trained in some sort of military background as he demonstrates a few times throughout the main story. Just don't have him fight against a foot of water. He's losing that battle. But before coming to the zone, he used to live in an apartment, until his place got anomalized. Pissed by this, he travels to the most dangerous place on Earth with the most OP gun you get right away in the game. His pistol. The bullets are powered by the urge to have a new kitchen sink. Most, if not everyone you meet in this game will have some sort of agenda. Some sort of PG-13 hero will build excuses on why they dabble in the zone. But Skiff over here, he wants his new rug. Skiff Lebowski. Skiff's story is a lesson on why you always need renter's insurance. As you're playing, you eventually might notice things kinda just spawn nearby or right on top of you, to give you something to do in between walking to your destination, not running because you have too much loot. Like hearing a skirmish between two groups. We investigate and see a clear winner. I wonder if they're fighting. At least this AI that spawned over here is having a good time by standing there taking in his electrolytes. Ah, looks refreshing. Hey soldier, give me a sit rep. What are you doing? You could just sit down. You don't have to keep getting up if you... yeah, hey, you know what? This is the part of the game where the developers just got done watching Eye of Legend. My tip getting through this is to have a snack. You're going to need the end.
Run! Run! Get down the ladder! Get down the ladder!
That was easy. Let's play a game. Is this a bug or a feature? I will give you a hint. All this I'm about to show you is groundbreaking bugs. I'm not talking about having negative FPS while the ward bunny hops towards you doing a T-pose. No, this is far more sinister. I usually try to stay away from the story spoilers, but this one you're going to want to know about. But by the time I upload this video, the game-breaking bugs will probably be fixed. The main factions you're dealing with in the beginning of the game is the Ward, a military faction ready to shove its power down your throat and remind you that every time you deal with them. The other main faction, Noontide, a group of ex-Monolith. And if you're new to S.T.A.L.K.E.R series, a Monolith is an individual who likes rocks among other things. You have to decide which one to side with, Ward or rocks. Now, I spent a long time pondering which one to go with, as it does impact the story going forward. I recommend choosing which one you feel is right to go with, but I'll tell you why I went with the Ward. That these guys are persistent on you helping them throughout the time you wandering around the zone. One mission where you go and pop out of one of their ward bases, I may have went overboard and killed everyone, and built a pile of dead ward soldiers to let them know I'm not interested. The leader Noontide Strider, most would probably pick this faction to side with them, I mean, I would. The mission he sends you on where you weren't supposed to come back from, and that's the mission that you find your first controller. After killing it, you get jumped by Strider's men trying to kill you. The constant love from the ward and the constant betrayal from Noontide made this a tough decision. If you have played the game up to this point, then you already know you're fucked. Either soft-locking you from some missions or just, something is wrong. Let me explain something. The main starting area got hit by a monolith attack, so the survivors went in the main building with only one entrance to the building, and it's locked. Okay, maybe I have to go around talking to some homies outside. That doesn't work. Kill random monoliths roaming around? This also doesn't work. This door will always be closed unless you go to this base and grab a few monoliths having tea. You're going to need some heals as they'll be using you as target practice. As you get to town, they'll stop chasing you and stand there. Now you get to kill them. Let's see if the door is open. Wow, I can't even believe it worked. Now we get to go inside and do quests assigned to us. What the fuck is that? Well, that mission was terrifying. Hello, good sir. You're kinda in my way. I need to get by real quick. Hello? Now, we're in a safe area, so it won't let me shoot you, and I can't get by. I'm sorry, but this might be painful. Speaking of not being able to kill someone or something in the safe zone, I have a dude who is a monolith to the very end, which is great and all. I think you should believe in what you want. However, I'm unable to kill him or defend myself, so I have to stay here and take it like a man. Well, that's what I would say to you about S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, however, I'm still compiling my shaders, so I haven't played the game yet.